today I'd like us to look at the issue of uncertainty. And I'm hearing lots of people talking about how discomforting, uncomfortable the concept of uncertainty is. And, you know, we have biological reason why uncertainty is uncomfortable. The brain prefers to find pattern in things and to have predictability. So and the brain is scanning all of the time for threat and reward. So when there is uncertainty, there is a biological clock clicker that goes on that says, watch out, be on guard, what's going on here? And so there's a really good reason for it from a biological, because we're environmentally scanning to see if there is threat. So what we can do, the other thing about that, before I'm going to what we can do, the other thing is temperamentally, people are different in terms of their ability to tolerate uncertainty. It's a genetic component that there are some people who say the uncertainty doesn't faze them very much. Other people, this fear of uncertainty, not being able to know and be in control completely, is highly, highly stressful. So as always, the thing to be doing is to recognize the emotion, acknowledge it, and say, oh, this anxious I'm feeling is because I'm uncertain about the future. And make your environment more predictable, have regular routines, have sleep times that are regular, get into a rhythmic, predictable, nurturing interaction with those around you, limit your media use, reach out and help other people, and reach out to your friends. All of those things control what you can control and really help with this feeling of uncertainty and being more the boss of predictability and what I can do.
Yes. Well, Jean, you just validated my whole life experience in one comment there, because I like to think that I'm a former control freak, that, you know, that's in my past. But at times like this, when the uncertainty card gets played, oh my, I am at the top of the reactivity. And, you know, it's little things you don't even necessarily realize are affecting you so much. Like what got me in panic mode at the beginning of this whole chapter in our lives was people sharing photos of empty grocery stores. And I think my terrified control freak brain was looking at those photos and thinking, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to, you know, to keep my family safe and to know the situation on the ground? The amount of cognitive and emotional energy that goes into processing that in the background, is it any wonder that my anxiety level was sky high? So yes, now that I'm back in my natural habitat, feeling comfortable in my home, I had been traveling earlier in this experience and had to get back home. I have the, you know, the anchoring, reassuring structure of my day, when I go for my walks, the fact that I'm still eating healthy meals, and constantly reminding myself that we're all in this together. Everybody is dealing with the uncertainty. Nobody has the answers. Every day I feel tremendous empathy as I hear politicians trying to answer the how much longer question, because nobody knows. So I guess I'm just trying to remind myself that I'm not going to have the answers I want anytime soon, but in this time, in the meantime, I can still maximize my own quality of life, because that is still in my control.
Right, right. That's exactly it. Maximize the quality of your own life. You know, one of the things that you said really, really reminded me of the work that Bruce Perry is doing. And if you go to neural sequential model COVID-19, there's a whole series of videos that he's doing. But one of the things that he talked about was this. When we're in stressful times, when there is uncertainty, there is a group think, a flocking that happens, you know, like the birds do that flocking and swirling. And that flocking is what happened with the toilet paper, with the empty shelves. So people are, they're in uncertain times, they want to control, they're scanning what's everybody else doing, and they flock into it and do it. And so I think that what we're seeing now, that was the initial flocking, and now people are doing what you're describing and are better able to create predictability around them. Now we know that the uncertainty is the constant. And when you know now that it is a constant, then you can start focusing in on that. The next thing people are going to be uncertain about is, how are we going to bring kids back into school? How are we going to bring them back into childcare? I predict that that is going to be the next thing that creates people's anxiety, and maybe that's something that we can talk about in one of our next podcasts.